it's recording.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay.
My name's Amy. I'm going to be your nurse today. And how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling good today.
Oh, good. Well, I just received some new doctor's orders. And so in looking at these doctor's orders, the first thing I want to do is to verify your name. Can you tell me your name?
Connie Smith.
Connie Smith. Very nice to meet you, Miss Connie. And your date of birth?
October 13th, XX.
Oh, wonderful. And Connie, do you have any allergies?
Latex and sulfa.
Latex and sulfa. Okay, well that's good because we're not going to be administering any of those today. Now in looking at these physician orders, I have a Mantoux skin test, which is a tuberculin skin test. Have you ever had a TB skin test before?
Yes, I have.
And was it positive or negative?
It was negative.
It was negative. Okay, so we will be administering one of those. I need to ask you, are you going to be able to come back in 48 to 72 hours to have that read?
Yes.
Okay, good, good, good. And then we will be administering insulin. Now, you took your blood sugar this morning on your own. What was that blood sugar?
288.
288. Okay, well, we will take care of that. I'm just going to write that down here for my notes. Okay, 288 on that. And then we will be administering Rocephin, which is an antibiotic. Are you allergic to any cephalosporins or any penicillins?
No.
Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I washed my hands. Now I'm going to put on some gloves.
I hate shots.
Oh, well, you know what? First things first, I'm going to prepare all 3 injections first, and then I'll explain everything that I'm going to do, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I checked my physician orders, and I have my MAR here. I have Mantoux skin solution. My order says Mantoux skin test, intradermal injection, 0.1 milliliters stat, and that is what I have here. So I'm going to be alcoholing off the top of my vial for 15 seconds. And then I'm going to use a 1 milliliter syringe with a 25 to 28 gauge needle. I'm going to get 0.1 milliliters of air. I'm going to inject that air into my vial, turn my vial over, and get my 0.1. Now, we want to make sure that I don't poke myself, so I'm going to use the scoop method in recapping that 1 milliliter needle. So I've got that tested and prepared. Now, I'm going to check, and I have NPH insulin, which is an intermediate acting insulin, and I have regular insulin, which is my faster acting. Now, you said that your blood sugar this morning was 288. I'm using the formula blood sugar, so 288, subtract 200, which is equal to 88, divided by 10 equals 8.8 units. Using my rounding rules, I'm going to be getting 9 units of insulin, which is the regular. So the first things first, I'm going to alcohol the top of both of my vials for 15 seconds. And with my NPH, I'm going to agitate it. Alcohol off the top of that. I'm going to be administering 12 units of my NPH. So that is my cloudy solution. So I'm going to put 12 units into my cloudy. That's 12 units into my cloudy. We are going to administer 9 units of my clear. So I'm going to get 9 units of air, place it into my regular. Then I'm going to draw up my clear. So I'm drawing up 9 units of regular insulin, ensuring that I have no bubbles in it. I'm going to alcohol off again the top of my NPH. Now 9 plus 12 is equal to 21. So I'm going to draw up my insulin to 21. And I have 21 units total, 9 of those units being your regular insulin and 12 of those units being your NPH insulin. Now the last thing we are going to be doing is our Rocephin. Now my order is for 500 milligrams of Rocephin IM. I have 250 milligrams per half milliliter, so I will be giving 1 whole milliliter of this Rocephin. I'm going to alcohol off the top of my vial for 15 seconds. I'm going to withdraw my air, insert my needle, draw up the solution. And I have a little bit of a bubble, so I took up a little bit extra. I'm going to get my bubble out. And now I have my 1 milliliter. Okay, depending on facility policy, you may need to recheck that insulin with another nurse, and you will need to know that ahead of time. Now, in looking at these 3 injections, the first one I'm going to administer is your TB skin test, which is going to go on your forearm. First things first, I'm going to make sure that my needle is ready to go. I'm going to hold the skin taut, alcohol off, ensuring that my bevel is up. I'm going to go in at a 45 to 15 degree angle, just my bevel underneath that skin. I'm going to administer it, looking for that bubble, and I got it. There you go. Now, that's going to show a slight wheal there. And I'm going to initiate my safety, dispose of it. Got that slight wheal. That should stay there. It might turn a little bit red. It might be a little irritated. But I want you to just leave that be. Don't put a Band-Aid on it. Don't do anything with it, okay? Now, I'm going to administer your insulin. Where did you last get your insulin?
Oh, in my left upper arm.
In your left upper arm. So we're going to actually be doing it in your abdomen, because that's another place that we can give it.
Oh, okay.
We can give it in the back of your arms. We can also give it in the abdomen as well as other places. So I'm going to, again, make sure that my needle is ready. I'm going to pinch that skin to make sure it gets in the fatty tissues. I'm going to alcohol that area off. I'm going to go in at a 90 degree angle. Even though I could go in at a 45 to 90, we're going to go in at a 90. I'm going to 1, 2, 3 inject. And then I'm going to initiate my safety as I let that skin go. Dispose of my needle. Now we're going to keep an eye on that area as well. So I've given, on this date, I'm going to give that Mantoux skin test. I wrote the time, 1 line through it, and my initials. I gave our regular insulin, and I gave 9 units. And I gave our NPH insulin. The last but not least is going to be our Rocephin, which is an intramuscular injection. Now, some injections you would actually give Z-Track. With this one, we are going to be giving it in the ventral gluteal area. So I'm going to put my palm on the greater trochanter, putting my V up towards the armpit or more towards the groin, and I'm going to alcohol off really good. I'm going to let that area dry. I'm going to hold my arm right over to support my hand, and on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, it goes in. I'm going to aspirate by pulling up, looking to see if there's any blood, which there is not. So then I can inject slowly. Hold for a few seconds to let that medication start absorb, and then I'm going to initiate my safety. We're not going to massage that area. If it started to bleed, we could put a small Band-Aid on it. I'm going to dispose of my articles. Now, remember with the TB skin test, you need to come back within 48 to 72 hours. With this insulin, we will be rechecking your insulin. It's administered AC and HS, which is before meals and prior to bedtime. So we just gave this initial dose. We'll have 3 more doses possibly today. And then I did give that Rocephin, which is 1 dose. Do you have any questions?
Nope, don't think so.
Okay, and then we are completed after I initial off this last dose of Rocephin. Then I'm going to expire the dose of Rocephin because there was only 1 dose. Thank you.